Dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, welcome to Thalir Capuchin Online Ministries. This is Virtual Institute of Spirituality, Integrity and Transformation, the Visit, Salanas Casey Center, India. We proudly present today the message of the Holy Father Francis for the 106th World Day of Migrants and Refugees, WDMR 2020. The title of this message is Force Like Jesus Christ to Flee. This message has been abridged and modified for wider circulation by Mr. Fidel Ernestine Raj.
Dear sisters and brothers, the Church has been celebrating the World Day of Migrants and Refugees since 1914. It is always an occasion to express concern for different vulnerable people on the move, to pray for them as they face many challenges, and to increase awareness about the opportunities that migration offers. Every year, the World Day of Migrants and Refugees is observed on the last Sunday of September. In 2020, it is celebrated this Sunday, the 27th September. As the title for his annual message, the Holy Father has chosen, Forced Like Jesus Christ to Flee. Pope Francis's message for the Day of Migrants and Refugees is unique. Although concerned with internally displaced persons, it embraces all those who find themselves in situations of precariousness on account of COVID-19. Explaining the rationale for his choice of the theme, Forced Like Jesus Christ to Flee, Pope Francis highlights the fact that Jesus himself experienced the tragic fate of the displaced and underscores Jesus' presence in each of them today. Thus, he brings a comforting message to the displaced people, assuring them of the mystical and enabling accompaniment of Jesus, who was also known as Emmanuel or God with us. The Pope goes on to point out to the other people that the displaced people offer them an opportunity to meet, love and serve Jesus in them. That is an opportunity for a spiritually enriching encounter with Jesus. The Pope then concludes his message with a prayer for the protection and consolation of all the displaced persons driven by war, poverty, and necessity to leave their homes and their lands to set out as refugees for safer places. In 2018, Pope Francis's message for World Day of Migrants and Refugees underlined 4 actions, 4 verbs: welcome, protect, promote, and integrate as an appropriate response to the plight of the displaced. To these 4 verbs, Pope Francis adds in his message for 2020 another 6 pairs of verbs that are linked together in a relationship of cause and effect. These 6 pairs of verbs mark Pope's invitation to concrete actions that will aptly and adequately address the problems of the displaced. The first of the 6 pairs of suggested actions is to know in order to understand. Pope Francis wants his readers to know that migrants and refugees are real people and to understand the precariousness that we have come to experience as a result of this pandemic is a constant in the lives of displaced people. The second pair of suggested action is to be close in order to serve. The Pope cautions that fears and prejudices often prevent us from becoming close to the displaced persons and from serving them with love. He adds, this readiness to draw near and serve implies a willingness to take risks. The third pair of suggested action is to listen in order to be reconciled. The Pope insightfully states, a love that reconciles and says begins with listening. And he points out that humble and attentive listening gives us an opportunity to be reconciled with our neighbor, with all those who have been discarded, with ourselves and with God. The fourth pair of suggested action is to share in order to grow. Pope Francis categorically states, God did not want the resources of our planet to benefit only a few, urging that no one be left behind in the process of growth. And pointing out that no one can be saved alone, he adds, to grow truly, we must grow together, sharing what we have. The fifth pair of suggested action is to be involved in order to promote. The Pope says the COVID-19 pandemic has made co-responsibility essential and indispensable, and he stresses the need for contribution and participation of everyone in their own development. Hence, he states, if we really want to promote those who we assist, we must involve them and make them agents in their own redemption. And the sixth pair of suggested action is to cooperate in order to build. Finally, underscoring the need for building and preserving our common home, the earth, the Pope appeals for ensuring international cooperation, global solidarity, and local commitment, leaving no one excluded. He also appeals for guarding against jealousy, discord, and division that are real threats to cooperation. Let us conclude this reflection with a prayer suggested by the example of Saint Joseph at the time he was forced to flee to Egypt to save child Jesus. Father, you entrusted to Saint Joseph what you held most precious, the child Jesus and his mother, in order to protect them from the dangers and threats of the wicked. Grant that we may experience his protection and help. May he, who shared in the sufferings of those who flee from hatred of the powerful, console and protect all our brothers and sisters driven by war, poverty, and necessity to leave their homes and their lands to set out as refugees for safer places. Help them, through the intercession of Saint Joseph, to find the strength to persevere. Give them comfort in sorrows and courage amid their trials. Grant to those who welcome them some of the tender love of this just and wise Father, who loved Jesus as a true Son and sustained Mary at every step of the way. May he, who earned his bread by work of his hands, watch over those who have seen everything in life taken away, and obtain for them the dignity of a job and the serenity of a home. We ask this through Jesus Christ, your Son, whom Saint Joseph saved by fleeing to Egypt, and trusting in the intercession of the Virgin Mary, whom he loved as a faithful husband in accordance with your will. Amen.